There is one thing a woman will only share with a man she is completely, irrevocably, and deeply in love with. And no, it is not her passwords, it is not her secrets, and it is not even her heart. It is something so raw, so intimate that most men do not even realize it is happening right in front of them. A 2023 study from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships revealed that 78% of men completely miss the moment a woman emotionally commits to them. 78%. That means there is a real chance right now that a woman in your life has already handed herself to you completely, and you are standing there without a clue. Stay with me, because what I am about to share with you could change the way you see every relationship you have ever had. And the final sign, the one I reveal at the very end, that is the one that separates a woman who finds you interesting from a woman who would choose you every single time. Let's get into it. Here is the truth most people never say out loud. Women do not fall in love loudly. There is no dramatic confession, no moment she runs through the rain just to tell you how she feels. Women fall in love quietly, privately, and they express it not in announcements, but in what they choose to reveal. So let me walk you through the exact things a woman only shares when she is genuinely, completely in love with you. Sign number 1, her childhood wounds. I am not talking about the cute story from her school days. I am talking about the real stuff. The nights her parents argued, the time she felt completely invisible, the reason a raised voice still makes her stomach drop. When she starts opening up about those moments, stop everything and pay attention. Dr. Sue Johnson, the creator of emotionally focused therapy, states that emotional vulnerability is the single greatest indicator of deep attachment bonding between partners. In simpler terms, a woman does not show you her wounds unless she trusts you completely, not to make them worse. She has been burned before. She has given pieces of herself to the wrong person and watched those pieces be used against her. So when she shares that part of her story with you, she is not being dramatic. She is being extraordinarily brave. And she is brave because she loves you enough to take that risk. What most men do wrong here is they try to fix it. They jump straight into solution mode. But she does not need a solution. She needs a witness. She needs you to sit with her in that pain, not rush her out of it. Before we go further, if this is already making you rethink things, hit that subscribe button right now. We go deep on female psychology and relationship insight every single week, and you do not want to miss what's coming next. Sign number 2, her physical insecurities. This one might genuinely surprise you. We live in a world where women are performing confidence at all times. The filters, the angles, the curated presentation, it never stops. So when a woman turns to you, no makeup, in her oldest sweatpants under the harshest lighting and says, "I really hate how my arms look," or "I just don't feel good about myself today," that is not a cry for compliments. That is an enormous act of trust. A study from the International Journal of Eating Disorders found that over 91% of women report dissatisfaction with their own bodies. Nearly every woman you have ever met is carrying a private war in her mind about the way she looks, and she is letting you behind that curtain. When she shows you her insecurities, she is essentially saying, "I trust you to see the version of me I hide from the rest of the world and still look at me the same way." That is not a small thing. That is everything. And your response in that moment, she will carry it with her. Not for days, permanently. Women remember with perfect clarity how a man responded the first time she showed him something she was afraid of. Make sure you end up in the right place in that memory. Sign number 3, her silence. Yes, silence. There is a concept in psychology called comfortable silence. Researchers at the University of Groningen found that it takes as little as 4 seconds of quiet in a conversation before people begin to feel anxious and rejected. 4 seconds. So think about what it means when a woman can sit beside you. No phone, no conversation, no need to fill the air, and feel completely at ease. Women are conditioned from childhood to keep people comfortable, to hold conversations together, to make sure no one feels awkward. So when she stops performing that role around you and simply exists in your presence, she is telling you something profound without saying a single word. She feels safe. She feels home. Most men misread this entirely. They panic at the quiet. They think something is wrong, but her silence is not absence, it is presence. It is the most settled, peaceful thing she can offer someone, and she only offers it to someone she loves. Sign number 4, she puts you in her future. When she casually says something like, "We should go there next summer," or "You'd love my cousin's wedding in the fall." Stop. Replay that sentence in your head. She just placed you inside her future, and women do not do that by accident. The Gottman Institute, which has studied relationships for over 4 decades, identifies this behavior as building a love map. A partner who actively weaves you into their mental picture of the future is deeply emotionally invested in you. Here is the contrast that makes this so clear. When a woman is uncertain about a man, she speaks carefully, vaguely, maybe we'll see. I don't know what I'm doing. But when she loves you, the language shifts. Everything becomes we, our, us. She stopped planning her life as a solo journey the moment she decided you were worth including. Real quick, if no one has ever broken this down for you this clearly before, that is exactly why this channel exists. Subscribe and turn on notifications. There is a lot more where this came from, and the next video I have for you at the end of this one, you are going to want to see it. Sign number 5. She tells you about her past relationship pain. When a woman opens up about how an ex treated her, the betrayal, the night she cried alone, the manipulation she did not see until it was already too late, she is not complaining. She is not still attached to that person. She is terrified. And she trusts you enough to tell you why. She is handing you a map of her pain so that you do not accidentally walk the same road that broke her. Dr. Brené Brown, who has spent over 2 decades studying vulnerability, calls this the anatomy of trust, a series of small moments where one person chooses to be open and the other person chooses to respond with care. When she shares her past heartbreak with you, she is offering you one of those moments. And your response will determine whether she keeps opening up or starts quietly building walls you will never even see go up. The worst thing you can do is minimize it. Saying, "I'm not your ex" is technically true and emotionally useless. What she needs is for you to acknowledge the weight of what she just shared and prove through consistency, not promises, that you understand why it matters. Sign number 6, her embarrassing habits and guilty pleasures. When she tells you she has rewatched the same terrible reality show 6 times, when she admits she talks to her plants, when she confesses she eats cereal standing over the kitchen sink at midnight, she is not being random. She is showing you the unfiltered, unedited, completely unpolished version of herself. And that is a privilege she does not hand to just anyone. Dr. Arthur Aaron at Stony Brook University found that self-disclosure, even of small, trivial, personal details, significantly increases feelings of closeness and love between partners. His famous 36-question study, designed to make strangers fall in love, was built almost entirely on escalating vulnerability. Here is the thing most people miss. Sharing your silly, harmless, weird little quirks is a form of vulnerability too. It says, "I am not performing for you anymore. This is just me." So the next time she tells you about her playlist called "Crying in the Car," or that she still sleeps with a stuffed animal, laugh with her, not at her, because she just gave you something more honest than most people share in a lifetime. Sign number 7. She tells you the truth about her finances. Money is one of the last real taboos in relationships. People will talk about their trauma, their therapy, their personal history before they will tell you what is actually in their bank account. A 2022 Bankrate survey found that 42% of Americans have kept a financial secret from their romantic partner. Nearly half of all people in relationships are hiding something about money. So when a woman tells you the truth, the student loans, the credit card debt, the fact that she is living paycheck to paycheck, or even that she is financially stable and afraid men will treat her differently because of it, she is offering you a level of honesty that goes beyond emotional vulnerability. She is showing you the real, practical, behind-the-scenes reality of her life. And she would only do that if she saw you as a long-term partner, not a short-term chapter. This is her saying, "I want you to know exactly where I stand, because I intend to stand next to you." And now, the final sign, the one I promised you at the beginning. When a woman looks at you and says, "Sometimes I'm scared this is too good to be true," or "I'm afraid you're going to leave," or she just holds on a little tighter after a disagreement. That is it. That is the sign. Women are taught from a very young age to appear independent, to never seem too attached, to act like they could walk away at any moment, even when every part of them is screaming to stay. Society literally trains women to protect themselves from looking vulnerable around a man. So when she breaks through all of that conditioning, all of that armor, and admits to you that she is afraid of losing you, she has done the emotional equivalent of jumping without a parachute and trusting you to catch her. Attachment theory, developed by psychologist John Bowlby, confirms that the fear of losing a loved one is actually a marker of secure emotional bonding, not weakness. When someone is deeply attached, the thought of separation causes genuine distress. She is not being clingy. She is being honest about the depth of what she feels. This is the moment that defines the relationship. How you respond to her fear will tell her everything she needs to know about whether she made the right decision loving you. Dismiss it, and she starts protecting herself. Meet it with genuine reassurance and steady action, and she will love you in ways you did not know were possible. So let me bring all of this together. A woman who shares her childhood wounds, her body insecurities, her comfortable silence, her future plans that include you, her past heartbreak, her weird and real habits, her financial truth, and her fear of losing you. That is not a woman who is casually interested. That is a woman who has chosen you, deliberately, completely, despite every reason the world has given her to keep her walls up. And the fact that you watched this entire video says something real about you. It says you are not the kind of man who coasts through a relationship on autopilot. You want to actually understand her. And honestly, that already puts you further ahead than most men will ever be. But here is what I need you to sit with before you go. Every single sign I described today is a form of communication. She is constantly telling you how she feels, not always with words, but through trust, through what she chooses to reveal, through what she stops hiding. The real question is not whether she is communicating. The question is whether you are paying attention. If this video helped you see something you were missing, do me one favor. Share it. Send it to a friend, a brother, someone you know who might be completely blind to the fact that the woman in front of him has already chosen him. One share could save a relationship before it is too late. Now, knowing she loves you is only half the equation. The other half is knowing when she wants to take things deeper, emotionally and physically. And most men get this completely wrong. I made an entire video on exactly that. It is called 3 Clear Signs She Wants More Intimacy with You. And it might be the most important thing you watch today. It is on your screen right now. Click it. The signs she is giving you have an expiration date. And I do not want you to be the man who figured it out one day too late.